Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Mrs. Sassy's Sunday stream with my co host, Vex Electronica, who is accompanied by her boyfriend, Henry Cavill's Muscles. Henry Muscles Cavill. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, I am so grateful that I have Vex with me today. I'm not going to lie, I'm very open about my stupidity and my faults. And as you can see, I'm Mrs. Sassy, who I suck at thumbnails. So this lovely human being next to me spent 3 hours with me last night over StreamYard teaching me how to make a proper thumbnail. And then because I was in such a funky headspace, she's like, dude, you want me to co-host with you tomorrow? I'm like, please do, because I was this close to jumping off the YouTube cliff, if you will. Because I had it, because I really could not do a thumbnail to save my life. Thumbnails are ridiculous. They are, you can have the best content that you want and have, but if you have a shitty thumbnail, nobody's going to visit. Right?
Pretty much, yeah. Click those clicks. You need all those clicks.
You need the clicks. You're right. And if you don't get the click on the thumbnail, which if you guys saw the thumbnail, hold on, I don't even, oh, there it is. Hello? Can I hear
I
you?
can hear you. I can hear
Okay,
you
there.
fine.
No,
Yeah.
my volume was if you guys saw the thumbnail today, that was Vex Electronica. She knows what she's doing. That's why she is blowing up and she is monetized on 2 channels.
No, I'm only monetized on one channel.
Oh, well, the next one. the next one's coming. The next one's
I
coming
gotta
up.
figure out the gaming one again because I've basically abandoned that channel for the last month.
I don't blame. Well, it's hard though too, because hasn't the gaming industry kind of been a little bit quiet?
It's not even that it's quiet. It's just my priorities have gone to the other channel because there's a lot of things coming out in theaters right now.
Yeah, it's true. It's hot for summer. I think, we'll die. The movies will die down a little bit and the games will pick back up. But at least you have 2 channels and you get to play. Well, plus, if you guys haven't met Mr. Cannoli, he's a little autistic and Vex is helping him out with his
A
channel.
little?
I was being polite. I mean, she saw my autism come through yesterday. I was sending her thumbnails and she's like, Jesus Christ, I'll call you later. All right. I need to save your life because you're a hot mess. And I know I'm a hot mess. And so I appreciate her support. So she's here today to make sure I don't jump off a cliff. And I appreciate her because, like she said before the show, the universe is against her today. But we'll work
No, the universe is not against me. The universe is a cruel cunt. That's all.
Right.
That's
Sorry.
all
I couldn't remember what she said. That's it. Absolutely. So, well, I'm going to welcome everybody in. So, fuck sample clearance for you is now everywhere on my channel. And I love you for it. Thank you so much. Always showing up. Congrats on almost 200 subs. Truly see your channel in the 1,000 shortly. The more people find you, the female perspective was perfect. And I accept the same for this stream. Thank you so much. Yeah. See, so the female perspective is something we started quite a long time ago as a rough something on Cannoli's channel. And then I think we've only done 2 episodes on my channel here. So if you ever are interested in what our previous streams were like for female perspective, you can jump over to Cannoli's channel. Not right now. And see what we have going on. But I think we have a good dynamic and I enjoy it. I enjoy it very much. We just kind of hang out. Jacob, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Logical Spock. So Logical Spock actually was confused on the post of my gaming stream with Cannoli. He asked me if it was a real life divorce or a YouTube divorce. And I had to let Logical Spock know that there's no divorce. We just fight heavy during gameplay. I don't want to steer the people wrong. So Dempsey, Chow, thank you for coming over. I know you were over on AJ's stream, so I appreciate you. Hello, Cannoli on the back end. Roman, thank you so much for coming by. Let's see, who else do we have? Oh, my white bear. Squatchamia. What? Say that, Vex.
Hola Squatchamino.
Thank you. Sometimes me and words aren't friends. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I know somebody. Oh, hi, Glenn. Thank you so much for coming by. My mother-in-law always shows up. You're a doll face. Thank you. I guess this is for you. Oh, hey, Sassy. How are you? Thank you for coming on by. The perfect person to be on, be in the comments on my Sassy stream. And there's no drinking. I am drinking an iced coffee, so I will be on. Next time I won't drink so much on an empty stomach, but if you guys
It was the empty stomach that killed you. That's really all it was.
I was a mess. So if you guys missed it on the Friday show,
I have 0-calorie sweet tea.
Really good.
It actually is pretty good. I
I
do
have
quite
to look
like
for
it.
that. I have to look for that. That looks delicious.
I won't buy it until it's on sale though, because it's kind of pricey. Yeah.
I don't blame you. I hate that. I hate when the stuff I enjoy. Yes, there's so much sass. You know what? It's funny because we've rebranded the Monday show on Cannoli's channel to Triple M. Well, now I'm Triple S.
I mean, it was already a triple S because you said Mrs. Sassy Sunday stream.
Right.
So
but it's just funny.
it was
how
bound to happen.
It was bound to happen. So here we go. Let's see. You are frying chicken for the in-laws, so may derp out, but wanted to drop in and see my favorite people. That's right. We are your favorite people. And here's my friend who always stops by. He's across the pond. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you always. And my friend Nadia. Hi, Nadia. I hope you're feeling well. So, all right. Well, we have addressed the chat. Cannoli, why are you trying to? I'm not going to read the private chat out loud. Why are you making Vex feel bad? Dumbass.
He's not making me feel bad though.
No, but he didn't need to put that in there. Ha ha ha. Oh, bastard.
It's okay. Let's jump into it.
Okay, let's go. All right. So we are here today to talk about Barbie. Barbie comes out on. I'm going on the
17th.
No, that's a Monday. I'm going to an early screening, so 17th. 8th. I'm going on the 19th, which is a Wednesday. So
it's the 21st. 21st.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I have got my early screening booked for a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. This is how hardcore I am for this channel. I'm going to try another movie review, which I'm still getting comments on the mermaid one. I don't even know. I'm telling you,
it's still going on the algorithm. I'm noticing. It's because of those fucking the trends that's running on YouTube Shorts. I'm convinced that's it.
I guess so. Because I got another comment who was like, you can dog all you want on everything else and her race and blah blah blah, but don't you ever say she doesn't have a good voice. Didn't say she didn't have a good voice. I clearly said that she didn't sing the songs the way they were meant to be sung. Mm-hmm. Any hoodle. Hang on real quick. Yeah, you know what? I don't make cannoli go with me to Costco. So
well, no, it's Sunday. It's going to be absolutely chaotic over there.
I go on a Friday morning because I'm off on Fridays, and it's
I always go on
Wednesdays.
Dude, I always go on one. Yeah,
Wednesdays is the best. Okay, so we are going to talk about Barbie because Barbie is what's hot right now. And like I said, I'm going to try to attempt to do another movie review. And I took the next day off because I'm going to a late showing, and I really want to, give what I can to the people. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely try and see how I can do it. I think I feel a little bit more comfortable this time doing it, and I can't read it like a script. That's for sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here's our first article that we're going to talk about.
Might want to close the messages window there. Just saying.
Thank you so much. This is why Vex is on the show with me, because this is my 5th stream and I'm still stupid when it comes to trying to figure this out. But thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So this is our first article. Apparently the Barbie set had to wear pink. Oh, had a pink day once a week. So on Wednesdays, they wore pink in Mean Girls, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So I guess this story is what sleepovers, group chats, mandated pink days, and more explored. Okay, so basically, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to go through this. So Margot was great. She had a sleepover with the Barbies before photography started, and the Kens were allowed to visit either briefly on the phone to say hi. So basically what happened is that she ended up making everybody wear pink one day a week. And if they didn't wear pink, they got fined. Did it say how much the fine was?
I don't remember seeing how much the fine was.
I don't either. I have to go back and see. I don't want to hold on a second. I made a mistake. I was trying to look into another screen to see if I could share, and I don't want to share this screen. I want to share something else. Just a moment. I apologize. Listen, I watch a lot of people's streams, and even the best people who stream who have a lot of people make all these mistakes. So how about them apples? Oh, let me look at the chat. Hold on. Hi. Oh, let's see. Hi, Matt. Thank you very much for coming by. I always count on you to be here. I appreciate you. Hope the words Barbie pocket or bonus hole don't feature in the movie. They might. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Mrs. Martin Muses, hello. Good morning. Or no, it's a good afternoon now. Oh, you've been blocked from the word I've blocked the word Barbie from my Twitter feed. Oh, I forgot.
I don't blame you. There's a lot of Barbie stuff floating around right now. So,
well, last night they were talking about Barbie and Oppenheimer on Zax's stream, and Mr. Tickle Trunk was putting a bunch of fan-made art onto Twitter, showing us what he was talking about. I guess so many people are incorporating the two movies together and making fan-made movie posters. And I have to say, they were actually pretty funny. And we can pull some of those up here in a minute if we want. But I just don't think that Oppenheimer is going to do the best the first weekend. I'm not sure. We're gonna go try to see both of them in the same weekend. Are you gonna do the same?
No, I'm just gonna go the week after. Because I'll be doing the same thing as you. I'm gonna go see Barbie early, right. And then I'll have a video to script and edit and put out before Sunday morning. So I'll go the week after because that's definitely a film I do want to see specifically on the IMAX screen. So I'm not gonna skip that opportunity. I think
that's a good point.
Yeah, just the Nolan films I feel are worth paying the IMAX price for most of the time.
Cannoli, I know you're listening. Do you feel the same way? Because I know he's a real big movie snob. Like, it has to be Dolby, it has to be this, it has to be that, which I appreciate because he loves his movies, especially Christopher Nolan movies. And I know there's a certain way to see those. So I'm not sure how we're going to see that. Barbie is a trash movie already. I hope it flops. I don't think it's going to flop.
How dare you, Matt? How dare you?
You obviously didn't grow up playing with Barbies, sir. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me see. What did he say? There is only one 70 millimeter IMAX screen. Oh, and it's far away. Okay. All right. Well, the funny story is Cannoli, like I've always said, doesn't like to leave the house. He has not left the house because I have an app since Father's Day. The day before Father's Day. It was June 17th.
That's almost a month. You haven't left the house for a month, Cannoli?
Yep, it is very true.
Wait. Didn't he go see Oh yeah, he didn't even go see Indiana Jones in the theater.
He did not.
Go outside, Cannoli. I'm sure it would cure like 10% of your autism if you did. Just go touch grass.
Yeah, it's too hot outside. And then in the winter, he's just like, nah, I'm lazy. Imagine being a poor PA and have to pay a fine for not wearing pink instead of putting that money towards. Well, I get it. So maybe, listen, the fact that she did donate it to charity, I don't know. I have mixed emotions. How do you feel about this? Do you think this was stupid, or do you think this was a fun play on doing the movie, Vex?
I think it was stupid, in all honesty. It wasn't necessary. If you really wanted to do some charity thing, there are far better ways to do it, especially now that they're on the promotional rounds for this film. I think that would have been far better than, like bugging PAs and crew and cast members to wear pink every week on a set that's already like blindingly pink. On top of that, we don't even know what charity she donated it to. So I would just be questionable about the charity.
Yeah, it could have been her pocket. It could have been her Barbie pocket. We don't know. We don't know what she was doing. But yeah, I see the point too. I think it's a little bit, well, and especially, could you imagine if like Cannoli had to buy a pink shirt to go to work? How am
I
I
think it
going
would
to
just
find
be
him?
more if you want to keep fun on the set, just like have a pink day maybe. And then in that pink day, maybe you give away prizes or something to the best pink outfit. I don't know. That seems a lot more fun than fucking acting like Hitler and taking money from people for not wearing their pink band or some shit like that.
Which, by the way, speaking of which, Vex worked really hard on my thumbnail trying to give Margot Robbie a Hitler mustache, and it was not working out. She really tried, and I loved her for it. It was
I
pretty.
really wanted it to be there.
She really did, and now I get why she was totally playing Hitler on the. I want the movie Drive to be the chrono. What is it?
The
Chronological. Oh,
canonical. There we go. Sequel to Barbie.
Ken finally snaps and becomes a getaway driver for the mob. That would be fun. I would see that. I mean, why
No,
not?
Drive is already out. Drive has Ryan Gosling in it.
Oh, okay. I have not seen that movie. That is why I
It's
didn't
actually pretty
understand.
solid. Yeah,
Is
I
it?
would
Okay.
recommend watching it. Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind watching stuff with him. I think the last movie I saw with him was Cannoli Help Me. It was a remake. Holy crap. I don't know. I'm totally forgetting the name of the movie. But let's see. Aha, I did play with Barbie, but we already got the best live action Barbie movie. It's called Life Size and it's diverse.
I've never heard of that movie.
Life Size. I've never heard of that
Roman.
movie.
Okay, hold on. Pull up Roman's
Yep, I
comment,
gotcha.
please. Roman, what's wrong with you, man? You hate Ryan Gosling? You hate The Fifth Element? Like, who hurt you? Who hurt you as a child, man? I'm really disappointed in you as of late.
Uh-oh. Here you go. Keep it going.
You know what, Nos? You said that you can't trust anything that bleeds once a month, and you're a vampire. That doesn't make any sense.
You made Cannoli giggle. He's over there chuckling. Hey Hunty, how are you? If anyone tried to force me to wear pink, they'd end up with a black eye. Oh, you're right. Sorry. It was Blade Runner 2047. I enjoyed that movie and I enjoyed Ryan Gosling in it.
I don't
I
think I've
don't
seen that. No, I haven't seen that movie, but I think he's a good character actor. If you take him out of all the big budget stuff that he's done and you look at all the smaller screen stuff he's done, I think he's actually a pretty good actor. I like him quite a bit.
First of all, Roman couldn't even get the name right. It's 2049. So there you go. Second of all, he was not the personification of autism in Blade Runner. First of all, can I just mention something for MMM? You guys should totally review the original Blade Runner.
It's on the list. It's on the
okay,
list.
good. Because Cannoli had me like, this is not. Actually, I didn't know what I was getting into. I love all sorts of movies. I actually like action movies more than I like romantic comedies, to be honest with you. I could take it or leave a romantic comedy. But Blade Runner, the original, was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. So and we watched them. I don't think we watched them back to back, but I do think I'm not sure, Cannoli, if you can remind me, but I really did enjoy both of the Blade Runners. You hated that movie so much. The first or the second one? Probably the second one because it had Ryan Gosling in it. Oh, Blade Runner is a top 2 movie. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, we did watch them back to back. Okay, no problem. No problem. Let's see here. Wow. Oh, Roman, look at you. You're coming in hot today. 2049 sucks Barbie's a-hole. Vex wanted to know who hurt you, and it seems like it's really coming. Let's see. I know you're a man of a certain age and you would not play with Barbies, but your children had to have played with Barbies. So did something happen when they were younger and you just hate Barbies? I'd like to really know. Oh, here we go. Blade Runner is top 3 worst films ever at its worst. Okay, so you mean the original Blade Runner? You did not even like the original. Interesting. Okay, well, I mean, differences of opinions, but I enjoyed them more than I thought that I would. So Vex will be right back. Apparently her cats are killing each other, so she's going to take a minute. What did you say? Oh, no. Are you serious? I find that odd because you guys are all about action figures, but wouldn't Barbie fall into the more feminine action figure category? I mean, but now let me ask you, Roman, did you forbid Barbies or there was just no interest? I'd like to know. I'm curious. Oh my gosh. Wow. A lot of hate in the chat for Blade Runner. Okay. All right. Interesting. Well, cannoli is probably stewing behind the scenes because let's see. I love the 1982 theatrical release. I didn't like the recuts. So I wonder if I saw the one with the recuts or if I saw the original. Cannoli, you'll have to tell me. I'm not really sure. Um, that's exactly what Cannoli said behind the scenes. He said, let them fight. And she even took them. This is the funny story. So she was like, I'm going to be on the stream right at starting point because I'm taking the cats for a walk. So she even took the cats for a walk and got their energy out, and they still are fighting. There's a tremendous amount of hate, Vex. Somebody hurt Roman. Somebody hurt Roman because he hates Blade Runner through and through, both of them. He said that there were no Barbies in his household at all. And I said, well, did you forbid them? And I was just going to read that, no, the middle daughter of the empire was into art stuff. So there's a lot of hate. And I might have mentioned that Barbies are a female form of action figures. I thought maybe because Roman collects them that the girls would want to collect the Barbies. And I'm being told that I know they're not action figures, but they're dolls, and aren't action figures dolls. This is a female podcast. Correct me. Educate me.
I think you might have just angered some people in the chat by referring to them as dolls.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. May I correct? Dolls, action figures don't have removable clothes. Very true. Listen, you have to understand. I'm a female. I grew up with Barbies, and my brother. I had a really shitty childhood. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I do apologize. I was not well educated, and I'm here to be educated. So I do apologize. I have a lot of respect for action figures. I know, Matt, I'm sorry. Nobody unsubscribe. Educate me. Nobody unsubscribe. I don't know what to call things. Look at me. I'm wearing all pink and I've got sassy hoops on. I don't know anything about boy stuff. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. Action figures aren't dolls. You're absolutely right. I apologize. Let's move on before I lose any more subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
But they really got into it. There was a lot of hate for Ryan Gosling, and the whole thing for Blade Runner.
Glenn.
Hello. Also hates one of the best movies. Yes, Vex did bring that up, that he does not like that movie. And
I don't know if I can take any of Roman's opinions seriously just because he hates The Fifth Element that much.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cannoli. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, hey, Stovepipe. I play with my dolls still. We know you do. And that is totally fine. Listen, I love you all. Dolls, action figures, they were all toys to me. I think that's what I meant to say, that they're all toys. And you know what? How about this? How about girls that borrow their brothers' G.I. Joes to marry Barbie? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Vex? No? You have brothers?
I don't know where I have one brother. I don't know where we're going with this though anymore.
I'm trying to back it up really quickly. I don't know. It went off. Action figures are typically in the form of superheroes, more movable joints, historically marketed more towards boys. The term action figure was invented in 1964 by Hasbro to sell G.I. Joe. There you go. See, we're getting a little lesson. On the other hand, dolls are historically marketed towards girls. They have movable joints, typically based on regular people.
So less of a fantasy element is, I guess, the biggest thing with dolls.
Right, but look at what he's saying. Technically, G.I. Joe was a doll because he had clothes. So if you actually had clothes, you're a doll. And if you don't have clothes, you're an action figure. See, I'm being educated. I didn't know that. Did you?
So if you're a naked man, then are you a doll or an action figure?
See, no. Hold on. No, I'm not talking. Nope. I'm not talking trash about action figures at all. I respect them. I misinterpreted the appropriate lingo to identify the difference between an action figure and a Barbie doll. I'm not saying that they're similar, but they're both plastic and they come in boxes, and therefore I felt they were similar in a way. Does that make sense, Vex?
Sure. Matt has an interesting comment there though. Do you guys think that Barbie will be woke with a feminist agenda? Most likely yes, just because they're doing so much damage control to try and say that it's not a feminist film. So we'll see what happens. Okay, listen, I'm excited for Barbie, but
Me
I
too.
know it's probably going to be a pretty bad movie. I also realize that there is going to be quite a bit of wokeism in it, but I'm hoping that despite all of that, it will just be a fun film. That's more what I'm excited about, because everything I'm hearing about this behind the scenes, everything we've seen so far, it just looks like a fun movie. And I want to have fun at the movie theaters again. That's
Me
all.
too. Me too. All right, one more comment, and then I guess we'll move on because I'm getting
Mhm.
yelled at in the private chat by Henry Cavill's muscles.
You
Roman,
wouldn't want to get like yelled at by Henry Cavill's
no, I would
muscles.
actually. I would rather than who's behind typing that message. Roman, GI Joes are not dolls. Damn it. See, there's. Oh no, don't unsubscribe. I love you, Roman. I'm the one that sticks up with you, sticks up for you when people give you shit on directions. So. All right, so let's move to the next topic before I lose my whole audience. So once
Mhm,
again, Margot Robbie decided to make everybody wear pink, and if you didn't, you were fined, and it was given to a charity.
mhm.
And we're just gonna move. I know you're kidding. I love you, dude. I know. I know. Hail, Mrs. Spaghetti Yeti. Yeah, I know. I'm feeling like a bunch of soggy noodles right now. I'm gonna tell you that. All
Now
right,
I'm
so
craving
on.
some soggy
I
noodles.
know, right? All right, on to the next topic. Let's see. This one's a pretty interesting topic. So we're going to talk about the writer of the movie
Mhm.
didn't have the freedom to write a great Barbie script. Studio wanted a girl boss twist. I still find it very interesting that the initial casting for this movie was going to be Amy Schumer. And I don't understand the thought process with that at all because she, like I've always said, I think she looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid. She does not. I mean, Margot Robbie is the best Barbie casting. Don't you agree?
I agree. She looks like a Barbie doll. Yeah.
She does. She's the epitome of what a Barbie doll should be. But apparently, when writing the script, they wanted a girl boss feminist twist on Barbie, and I couldn't figure it out because that's not what Barbie is.
I'm going to
See,
be honest, Diablo Cody is not a phenomenal writer. This is the woman behind what was that movie? Juno. There we go. That's like her biggest production to date.
is that the one with the he she in it?
No, no.
The,
Oh yeah, with Ellen Page in it before
thank you.
Ellen Page turned
Yes,
into a
Elliot
man.
Page. Yes, yes. Uh-huh. See, he agrees with me. I'll have to Hunty doesn't know who Amy Schumer is. Google Amy Schumer and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They did not they wanted to cast her originally because I think at the time they were casting for this movie, Amy Schumer was pretty hot off of like the movies that she was doing. What
Like
was that last?
Trainwreck and all of
Yes.
that stuff like that. That was
And
oh yeah, that was like 6 years ago now, 6, 7
it
years.
was. So who knows how long it actually takes from casting to write to all this stuff. But
Yeah.
I think, though, by the time this movie actually is going to be here, I don't feel like she is that much in the spotlight anymore for being like, I don't think she would draw people to the movie. One,
She
she
didn't
doesn't
really
look like
draw
Barbie.
people to anything before, in all honesty. Like her show on Comedy Central didn't do well. Every big movie where she's been the lead didn't do well in the box office. Her comedy
Mhm.
special, remember the last comedy special she put out on Netflix? That's when Netflix removed the star system and started doing thumbs up.
See,
Do you
I did
remember
not.
that?
I did. I remember that, but I didn't know that it was because of her.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Full disclosure. I used to absolutely think she was hysterical. Like I made Cannoli take me to Trainwreck, and he doesn't ever go see that shit with me. And
Mhm.
I just thought she was friggin' hilarious, and I loved everything she did. And we used to watch the Amy Schumer show, and then I think that I just smartened up. Yeah, I know. I know.
No
Listen,
wonder he's autistic. Oh god. Oh god.
I'm not really sure how I drag. Yeah, Amy Schumer is trash, but I don't understand why at one point that I thought she was great and hysterical. And but like I said, I've changed a lot over the last couple of years
Mhm.
of what my thought process is, even politically and just with everything that's going on. And I think that every time she opens her mouth, she's disgusting. And you're right, she looks nothing like Barbie. But that's where a lot of this came from. I think too, when they started writing the script and wanting to cast, I think they were casting um they wanted to have Amy Schumer play this feminist girl boss, and then I think when maybe they changed the casting, um, hang on a second, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It says it right here. Let's see. See, Cody was enlisted to rewrite former Sex and the City writer Jenny Bick's 2014 Sony script. Amy Schumer was initially cast in the lead role prior to also parting ways with the project. Yeah, see, because it was moved to Warner Brothers, and so was it they weren't going to be able to be as woke as they wanted, do you think?
No, but Warner Brothers hasn't had a problem with doing the woke stuff anyways. Look at what they're doing right now with a lot of the
Yeah,
properties they acquired.
that's true. That's true. I think I know why I shit the bed. When I was first hired for this, I don't think the culture had not embraced the femme. How do you say that word? Is it
Highlight it.
this one right here? Oh, or the bimbo is valid feminist. Oh my
Is that
gosh.
feminite?
No, it just says FEMME.
Oh,
Femme.
femme.
Femme. Or the bimbo as valid feminist. If you look up Barbie on TikTok, you'll find this wonderful subculture that celebrates the feminine. But in 2014, taking the skinny blonde white doll was making her into a heroine as a tall order. Once again, you're taking a plastic doll who was fun for our childhood and trying to put this realistic sense behind it. And I just think, why can't we just have fun with a doll? Don't you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Just
I
have fun
agree.
with a doll. I heard endless references to the Lego movie in development and created a problem for me because they had done it so well. See, that's the thing too. I really enjoyed the Lego movies. I don't know if
Me
you've seen
too.
them, but
Yeah.
I think they really took, and I believe that they really did fan service there. They really made you like everybody played with Legos, and they really made it definitely. Oh, see, there you go.
Mm-hmm. I would too.
This is it says it was a roadblock for me, but now enough time has passed that they can just cast the Lego movie actor Will Ferrell as the antagonist in a real life Barbie movie and nobody cares. So let's see. Cody summed up. I made several swings at IP with Barbie and Powerpuff Girls, and I take full responsibility for the failures of those attempts. That's really sad when you write something and you just keep getting shot down on your
Honestly,
creativity.
I'm actually glad that she's accepting fault for it.
Me
So
too.
I got no problem with that. And no,
No,
but that's what it should be, right? If you're writing shit content, people should be calling you out for it. So I'm glad people are calling her out for it. Like,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't feel bad for her whatsoever. That's the price you pay when you decide to put yourself in a realm like Hollywood where everything and anything about yourself is open for criticism.
For sure, for sure. And I think if I were in this circumstance, I absolutely 100% would come out and say, this is not what I intended. I had a whole different direction for this. I got shot down because I definitely don't want people to think I'm this shit writer with these shit takes. I want them to, but it's really sad that you no longer can just put out a good movie or a good script based on what you want. You have to check all these boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really obnoxious. But we'll have to see how it goes. You know what? Shit. I really wish I would have done this while Roman was here because he would have gotten a total kick out of this one. Damn it. Oh, well.
It's okay.
Well,
We'll message him to come back.
we will. We
Later.
will. When we'll do, you know what we'll do? We'll do a timestamp. So
Okay.
we're doing it at like 33 minutes and some change. We'll tell him to come back to the show so he can see this. So Ryan Gosling on the difficulty of leaving Ken behind after filming Barbie, he compared it to it's a bit like the Cinnabon mix. Once you open the canister, it's very hard to ... Once you open it, you're making Cinnabons and you're loving it. Yeah. So I think what he's basically saying is there's no way you can put those Cinnabons back in the can. Like he is Ken now, and he doesn't want to put Ken back in the can.
I mean, I read that more as like it's just like you're having you're getting that much enjoyment out of it, right? Like everybody loves a
Yeah.
good cinnamon roll, right? Once
Yeah.
you have one, you don't want to stop. So it's like, I kept having fun with this role and I didn't want to. I like that. It's
cute.
refreshing to see an actor talk about just how much fun they're having in a role as opposed to, oh, the character stands for this and the studio wanted that and you're supposed to see this. It's like, no, he's just having fun. That's what makes me excited for Barbie.
Hey, Flaccid, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes, I agree. And let me ask you, how do you feel on the casting of Ken?
I don't care. Like Ryan Gosling, he is a pretty attractive man, I will say. He definitely has a good physique as well. So I think he fits the role of Ken pretty well. Though I just would have liked him to be a brunette because Ken's a brunette, isn't he? I could
No,
have sworn Ken has brown hair, not blonde hair.
that okay. He might have the original Ken might have started out like that, but they
Hold
evolved.
on.
So I know I
Let's
was you. Are
see.
you going to Google it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you do that. What did Nas say? Oh, hold on. If he was ugly, you would say that a bundle of sticks quote. Yeah, but he's not. I mean, he's not my cup of tea. Like I'm not. It's not like how Vex gets all crazy over Henry Cavill. He's not bad to look at, but he's definitely like not my type.
Okay, so Ken was a brunette at one point, but now he's blonde.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. What does this mean?
Mushrooms are working, but the stream is fire. He is on DRUGS.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for spelling that. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling don't fill seats. I think the movie will make money because the budget was pretty low to start off, so they'll count it as a win. I don't know if I agree with that. They're pretty big names. I mean,
I think Margot Robbie fills seats.
I
Maybe
do
not for a
too.
female audience, for a male audience, definitely. This will be a family film because it's PG-13. It's the only movie of its kind in cinemas right now. It's not animated either, which draws in the adult crowd because the adult crowd typically won't go to even the Pixar films. I think this movie will do marginally well. And like was it budget aside, I think this will probably make, you know what? I can't even say confidently what it will make because fucking Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible 7.
So Mission Impossible, that'll be its second week when these other two movies are
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah. But Mission Impossible is something, not only has it gained like a lot of popularity since, in just the last few installments, but it will be one of those things that you like, it's worth it to go and see in the theater. So I don't think the drop will be that bad the second week when Barbie comes out, but
Mm-hmm.
same thing. It's like, not family isn't going to go take their kid to see Mission Impossible. It's especially since it's like 2.5 hours, I think.
Oh God, my kid's gonna have trouble sitting. She really wants to see it.
Yeah.
She actually hasn't seen any of the other ones per se, but she what it really intrigued her was the stunt that Tom Cruise did where he drove his motorcycle off the cliff. I don't know. That's getting her to the movie. We'll see if she really wants to go, but I think you're right. I think it's definitely based upon what you can take your families to, because you can only take your family really to Barbie. You don't want to take them to Oppenheimer. I mean, as far as Mission Impossible, you could take it if you had boys that really wanted to see it. So it could go either way, right? Is that rated R?
I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think it is either.
No.
I don't think it is either.
Oppenheimer is rated R though, which is going to be problematic opening up against Barbie.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I also, like they were saying last night, on I think it was Zax's stream, Copa was mentioning how like this is gonna be a very limited crowd because not a lot of people in this generation understand what Oppenheimer is and the whole history behind it, because me included, I am a terrible history buff. Like Cannoli is obsessed with history and he knows everything. And I'm really stupid when it comes to history, but I'm interested in like learning about it. So I want to go. Plus, it's Christopher Nolan and I want to see a good movie.
Mhm.
But I'm not taking my family to see Barbie. I have a daughter there you go. And that's fine. I mean, I have a 15-year-old daughter and she played with Barbies a lot when she was a kid. So she's really I'm also dragging her. I think she wants to go because she played with them. But if your daughter didn't play with Barbies, then don't take them. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Mike. You're awesome for always coming through. I appreciate you very, very much. I think Oppenheimer. Well, so this is also what Copa said last night. Copa was also mentioning the fact that he feels like it's opening. He says that the opening date is shit. This
Mhm.
was interesting. He was talking last night on Zach's show, and that he feels like the time of year it's being opened was terrible. Like it should be more like towards the holidays. So those were two of the things. And then he said also the advertisement for the movie has been lackluster. So I don't know. I mean, with Barbie, you can really, really sell it because it's everywhere. You can do Happy Meal toys. I mean, if you've been to Walmart lately,
Honestly,
it's everywhere.
Oppenheimer doesn't need marketing. The fact
That's
that
what
it's
I
opening
think.
the same day as Barbie, And all the memes and everything that's coming out of that, that's enough advertisement for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. So we'll just have to see. Okay, we're gonna go on to we're just gonna clean the palette real quick with something funny,
Mhm.
and then we'll go on to another funny subject. Hold on a second. I didn't know if you guys saw saw this. Hold on.
I've been a significant. Sorry.
Now, of course,
Is that
that's
real? Is that real?
it can't be. It can't I don't know, man. Can it be? Or did they take the sound from him maybe like hitting the microphone and making a loud screech to this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I've been a significant.
Yeah. If you hear behind it, it has the ding like he hit the microphone, but the fart thing is so much more funny. So
It's also really loud, even for an old man, for the
I
mic to be able
know.
to pick that up. So
He's just such a I can't even.
he is a
Oh,
fart. There you go.
he is a fart. He's a very, very old fart. Absolutely. What does this say? That sounds like stock footage farts. Exactly. I think it is, but it was still funny nevertheless. So our next topic, I'm not sure if anybody in the chat or watching the show is familiar with the podcast Whatever, but it's basically a podcast that actually has come under fire the last couple of months, where the host Brian is being accused of basically making these women look stupid. Correct?
Sexism is what it
Sexism.
is,
Right.
basically. Yeah.
However, if you guys know anything about the show, the women here actually reach out to him and ask to be on the show. So every woman that's ever on the show is asked, they want to be on. Like Vex and I could, which would be kind of funny to go on. Oh, hey Zax, you just missed the Biden fart. I'll have to play it again for you. But if I think it would be so funny if you and I ever went on this show, because generally speaking, they usually have about this side of the panel is usually kind of stupid, right? Wouldn't you say that they line them up and then the girls over on this side usually have more things to say that make more sense?
Usually, yeah.
Usually. And usually they have a man on it that kind of counteracts. They usually
Well, the male guest thing is a recent thing, because like even if you watch the earlier episodes of Whatever, it's all just girls, and
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, once he started to take off more, then he started having people like Chase on there, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it's usually just been panels like this where it's all women.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm only recent to this, maybe a couple of months, when Vex told me I should start watching this. And it's actually, I've stopped listening to audiobooks and I listen to this shit instead because it's hysterical. It just, and you also kind of get, some really weird point of views. These bitches on the podcast are just stupid. They've had smart female. Yeah, no, they absolutely have. They absolutely have. But he took a big hiatus, and then when he came back, he was having some trouble with or didn't he have some trouble prior to his hiatus where he had people on drugs that he had to throw out, and he had people that flasher and stuff. So
yeah.
But I don't know what he expects. So there is a question that came up on this last podcast that we thought we would talk about. And the men in the chat, I would really like to get your opinion on this. So he talks about bringing flowers on the first date. Now, first of all, there's two different pieces to this, actually. There's bringing flowers to the first date, and then who should pay for the first date. So we can kind of unpack both of those. And I would really love to hear the men in the chat. There are several. I'd like to hear your opinions. But what is everyone's opinion? If you're a guy, if you're a guy talking, oh, this was somebody, they didn't speak English, obviously. Would you bring flowers on the first date? Vex, what is your thoughts if a man you were going on a first date with showed up to your door to pick you up with flowers, how would you react?
I love getting flowers.
Okay.
I absolutely love getting flowers, even if the date is
Bye,
shit.
Jacob. I'll see ya.
Yeah, even if the date is shit, I would love to get flowers on a first. Like, to me, it depends what kind of flowers you're bringing. If you're going like well out of your way to bring me like 24 roses, I would say that is a stretch too far, because that's pretty expensive, and a big bouquet like that is usually saved for. I wish I could mute you, bag face. You and your
That's right.
elitist
Well, I can
comments.
put him in. We can put him in. My moderators can put him in timeout.
Um, but yeah, like just like a simple, like colorful bouquet. I think that's very sweet. I would actually have a lot more interest in a man, like just off the bat, if he brought me flowers on a first date.
I let's see. I never brought flowers on a first date. I'll pay for dinner though. Well, what does this say? Hold on. There was somebody like trying to beat the house in Vegas. How the hell do you expect to truly win? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I.
Oh, like the how when you're gambling, when you're playing
Oh, yeah, yeah,
cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay, sorry. There was another comment here too. Oh, hey Melvin, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. Yeah, it depends on the girl, but I don't know. I just thought that it was always polite. Anyway, Brian, the host here, I think he has been done dirty so bad. What do you think? He is like anti everything. No flower.
Listen. Let's just put this out there so we all know what to expect of Brian, the host. He does have French blood in him.
Okay, there you go. No hate
Okay.
to uninspired reviewer who's on your podcast tomorrow night.
But seriously, you're right. Brian has been jaded, and it definitely bleeds into a lot of the opinions that he puts on this show. I like his take on the whole flowers thing was, yeah, I agree with Bagface here. It was a
Yeah.
fucking clown show. He's been jaded, so he projects that. But I think if it's a girl that you're genuinely interested in and you think it's worth it, and again, it's not too big of a show bouquet, I think it's totally appropriate to bring it on. And it's just, he lives in California, so it's like already his dating pool is pretty whack, I would argue, just based on what we all know about that. And on top of that, yeah, he's fucking French, so take what you will.
Yeah, he's really like, I have to say, I'm not surprised that he is still single because he's like, won't bring flowers on the first date. He basically doesn't want to pay for the first date. I think he wants to split everything, or he said like he'll go out for drinks and then he'll order himself a drink and then it kind of forces her to order her own drink. Do you remember him talking about that? Am I wrong there? Like he has this whole philosophy.
It's ringing some
Yeah.
bells for me. Yeah.
But and go ahead.
No, go finish your thought.
No, I was going to say too, but he also is very hung up on wanting to buy anything for the woman on the first date because he is convinced that this woman he took on a date has had sex with a man the night before. He is extremely jaded. So he's going into these first dates thinking that you're already a piece of shit. You don't deserve flowers and you don't deserve to have a meal paid for you. I don't kind of, I think that is not the right thought process. However, we've been out of the dating game for a long time, so we have no idea what's going on out there. So anybody in the chat, is that how dating is these days?
Even if we're out of the, because technically I haven't been out of the dating game that long.
Okay.
But like when I went on first dates, it's just I guess maybe I'm just gonna, maybe this makes me sound a little conceited, but I guess a little bit different of a girl. I don't believe in hookup culture. I don't like
either.
women engaging in hookup culture. I don't
Me
like men
either.
engaging in hookup culture.
Me either.
When I went on dates with men, I expected them to pay for the first thing, but like I wasn't sleeping around with them or anything.
Yep.
If I'm talking to a guy, I'm only talking to that guy, even if it doesn't go anywhere. That's simply because it's exhausting talking to multiple people in that sense, especially when you're trying to establish a deeper connection with them. So why would I want to try and do that with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people at once? I also think sex is a very intimate thing and you shouldn't be throwing it around. So this is where, but this is just my perspective because that's where my own moral code lies.
No, I'm right there with you.
And it can be different. Like I've met plenty of city girls where it's the complete opposite. They sleep around. They expect the guys to do everything. They will totally just go on dates to get a free meal, but be fucking other guys. So I can understand why he's a little bit jaded, but I don't think that is the case, especially when you move out of more urban areas.
Yeah, well, and I think the problem for him too is he's in California, and I think there's a whole different realm of people in California. Like that's a whole different ball game out there. And I think that the hookup culture might be bigger out there. I don't know.
Well, Matt has a good point. Like he says, yeah, I'm on whatever side, but he doesn't do dinner dates anymore. He does like coffee dates and like yeah. And I
Yes.
noticed like a lot of people that live in cities
Yes.
exclusively do this because they don't want to, because there are girls that literally just go on dinner dates to get a free meal out of it. That's it. So
Well,
like this is why I can kind of agree with Brian, but again, it also is dependent on where he lives.
I agree with you too. And to piggyback off of that, there was a video that they did play on one of the episodes that was on TikTok where the girl openly admitted that she has not bought dinner or groceries for 6 oh hey Cassie, how are you, honey? She has not bought groceries in like a year because she just dates randomly and
yeah,
they
that
pay
was
for her
the
meals.
Ukrainian refugee. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the type of shit you're letting through the border.
Exactly. I wouldn't go on a date with a girl I knew had sex with someone else the night before. Exactly. But here's the thing. How do you vet that anymore? How, and Brian kind of is like, his whole thing is kind of like sitting down with the girl and it's like, he doesn't bring flowers. He doesn't pay for you. And then he asks you, dude, what'd you do last night? Like, that's kind of the impression that I got where he goes into these dates not open-minded with no trust. So how is he supposed to ever get anywhere with anything? What are we laughing at?
So I'm just laughing at Bag Face's last comment.
This one?
Of course, Cynic would hire a black man to work in a basement. Just
I know. I'm really sad. Blink once if you need help. Blink once,
no,
wink once.
yeah. So you know what? It's just it's based on where you are. So these girls, like he's living in an area where it's totally the type of area where Here's the other thing I've noticed on here as well is a lot of these girls have like pretty high body counts, but they think they're low. Like
This
10
one
is a
here
low
is
body
20.
count.
She has 20 right here, this one. And you're right. They do think 10 is a low body. Then she has 2 and she's a born again Christian. And then all these girls are congratulating her on that.
Girls, honestly, like I think my own body count is high, and by these standards, it's apparently really, really low. So I
I know. It's exhausting because, well, did you also see that episode too? I think it was the episode before this one. I got kind of just freshly into it, and there was one girl that used to go to parties with her friends, and her one friend would have sex with 4 different men in one night.
So she'd have a gangbang.
Yeah. Well, they were separate, or together. I don't know. She would go from one to the other.
Or she had a train run on her, essentially. Double dipping or quadruple.
Oh wait, what did Bagface say? Hold on. Oh God, we think 20 is a high body count. Uh-oh.
I know it's different for men though. For men, it's a different story because you guys are kind of wired to spread the seed, we'll say, right? But honestly, to me, male or female, I think 10 is a very high body count.
I actually have a question for you. Go ahead. Finish your thought, and then I have a good question.
No, it's just I find that people with higher body counts, it says a lot more about just your your personal habits. So it means that you have trouble like committing to a lot of things. It means that you have trouble focusing on a lot of things. It means that you also don't know how to put your priorities in check as well. And you also don't value, you have a very low value for things that are meant to be intimate.
Exactly.
That's what that says to me. I'm not saying that's for everyone, right? But that's my first impression. That's what I think of people with really high body counts. Now, that being said, I can also understand like maybe you went through a period where you were, on things, or you had a substance abuse problem and you just didn't know what you were doing at all. I can understand that. But in general, it's pretty standard for people to be sleeping around regularly, with or without substances or partying or anything involved.
I think that's the sad part too, is where people are just consciously doing this and they're not under the influence, and that's just what they want to do. I was going to ask you, there was another conversation during this podcast where, and please help me if I'm wrong or saying this wrong, but Brian is convinced that women can have sex easier than men.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
I 100% agree with that. The amount of gnarly looking chicks I've met in my life that can easily pick up a dude like that on one single night out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's way easier for women to have sex than men. Even if
Okay.
you just go on a dating app, like literally any dating app, right?
Mhm.
Look at how many men a single woman can pull in, even if she doesn't look like a fucking Barbie doll.
Mhm.
Just look at it like that. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. Women can pull it in a lot easier than men can.
And why do you think that is? Just because, like, what do you feel the difference is between that? I mean, there are a lot
Women
of
are picky and men aren't. That's all it is.
okay, gotcha.
Like I know for like just based on my previous relationship, like I know for a fact men are not always picky. They're picky about who they want to build a relationship with, who they want to
Okay.
have kids with, generally, who they want to marry. But when it just comes to like getting their dick wet, they don't fucking care.
You know what? And it's funny that you say that too, because in this same episode, they played a clip of Andrew Tate talking about how, like, the older the woman, the less wife material she is, because the older you are, he thinks the more you've been ran through. I don't know if I agree with that because there are
I
a
don't
lot
agree
of
with that either because that's a
yeah,
gross generalization. Like by that standard, because of the age that I got married at, one would
right.
assume that I've been ran through a lot, but I also didn't have sex until I was 25.
Okay.
So, and I went through the party scene. I went drinking at parties and stuff like that. I went clubbing and stuff, but I wasn't sleeping around.
See, and I hate that there's a misconception with that. Just because you like to have a good time doesn't mean that you're a slut.
I agree with that. I love to go to raves. I like to go to nightclubs. I like to
Wait,
go with
wait,
my
wait.
girlfriend. There you go.
Sorry.
See, Matt knows, right? But then
Thank you
at the
for your
same,
honesty.
it's like I think he also associates it's the fact that girls go into a lot of these environments and they're wearing, skimpy outfits and all that. I will admit that I partake in that to a certain extent. I'm not
Mhm.
going out there busting my ass cheeks out or anything, right? But I look a little bit better than I normally do. Um I get where he's coming from that angle, but yeah, not some of them just want to like go out and look their best and while they're looking their best also feel their best, which is what the dance floor can sometimes do for you.
Well, and I don't think that even pertains to single women. I have been married for almost 20 years
Mhm.
and I still like to look nice. I still like to
Yeah,
look
me
nice for
too.
my husband. If I'm going out, I like to dress up for myself.
Mhm.
I like that my husband is still freaking interested. I'm not one of those women that are going to just let myself go because I've been married for 20 years. I still want him to be interested, but I still
Mhm.
like to look nice for myself. And you know what? Full disclosure, I ain't mad if people want to look at me either, because it means that, listen, I try to work hard at not being a fat ass. I've lost weight. I get myself ready every day. I put
Mhm.
makeup on, I do my hair just to go to work and sit in an office where a lot of people don't even see me. But
Mhm.
that is I like to do it for me. And I don't mind if somebody says that I look nice because I work at it. So I also think that's a whole part of this too, is that women don't want to take care of themselves. They want everything paid for. I don't feel like anybody puts forth the effort that they should anymore. I think people have just gotten really lazy in that,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah, no,
whole,
I'm in the same boat with you, like streaming aside because I just look kind of like a wet rag when I stream because I don't give a fuck.
no, you
But when
don't.
I'm out when I'm out in public though, like I have my makeup on, my hair looks proper, I'm wearing nicer clothes. Like I guess I still tailor my thing because I'm a bustier woman, so I typically won't wear like a tank top just because I'm around kids most of the time, right?
Right.
But if I'm going out, like I don't mind pushing those titties up. That's one of my best assets, so I'm gonna show it off if I can. It makes me feel really feminine when people notice that I put
Okay.
in effort into my
There you go.
appearance.
I like the way that you put that, and that's true. And we're not looking to be hit on or looking for compliments, but
No.
we also, you know, we have self-worth, and we want people to understand, and you put out what you, I mean, it's a whole aura thing. And I'm the same way with
Mhm.
you. Like, my best asset are my girls.
Mhm.
So I like to sometimes accentuate that, because if you accentuate your girls, they don't look at the other shit that you're maybe self-conscious about.
Yeah,
That's
no, just putting it's like it's the same thing with guys, right? You don't if you have a beard and beards look good on you, you're going to keep wearing a beard because it accentuates all the good features of your face. There you go. It's the same thing with women. You're going to accentuate the part of your body that's your best feature because it shadows everything else.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted everybody's opinion on whether or not it was cringy, because that's how he said it's cringy, not inappropriate, not stupid. It's cringy to bring flowers on the first date.
I disagree. I hard
do too.
disagree. Yeah,
I do
hard
too.
disagree.
I do too. There was another Vex wanted to talk about this, and she probably knows more. Hold on a second. 54 knows more about this or has more to say about it than I do.
Can we play the actual thing, or is it gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna see. No,
you?
I don't know. And I don't know exactly. It said, see right here. It says wage gap. Let me see. I don't know how long I can play it for. Let me see. Let me wait for it to stop loading here.
Because it's not like officially licensed content or anything like that. So I think it's a safe. Unless the creator decides to strike you, basically.
Which would be Brian.
Yes. Because I know that Pearl is doing that. Whenever people take clips from Just Pearly Things channel and they critique it on there, she'll go and she'll strike it.
Okay, well, she's an asshole. Here's the thing: if somebody was taking my content and talking about it, it's giving me more views. Why not?
That's traffic for you. Yeah,
thank you.
Exactly.
I don't know if this is gonna.
Why do you think that is?
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure this is turned up.
You can put the volume bar a lot higher to the left by the play button.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. I don't know. It said we're going by timestamps.
See, even Cult Classic Cage agrees with us. If a guy is genuine and brings flowers, I mean, I hate flowers, but I will, of course, appreciate the kind sentiment. It's a kind and that's what it is. It's a gesture. It's a really nice gesture, especially in a day and age where flowers are not thought of to be given aside from birthdays and maybe Christmas. Maybe and
Mother's Day is a big flowers time too. But could you imagine? Oh my God, how did your date go? Ugh. Can you believe this motherfucker drove up, walked to the door to pick me up, and brought me flowers?
You're a fucking bitch if you say that.
Right? But that's kind of like
the date itself can be horrible, but he started off with a really nice gesture. How the fuck are you going to bitch about that? And yes, a single flower does count. I will count that as a nice gesture as well.
I actually almost think that's more sweet, just one little flower than a bouquet. It's kind of just like, it's like a little boy, hi here. It's just sweet. It means innocent. Genuine. Yeah. It's innocent. That's what it is. I absolutely love that for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if we can hear this.
What do you mean? Why do you? I think
I'm ready to jump.
Yeah,
why do you think that there's a wage gap? Like, what is the reasoning that you think that there is a wage gap?
First of all, let me just preface by saying this girl right here claims that she's a radical feminist. She could not identify or define what a radical feminist was or why she felt that way. And she is just dumber than a box of rocks. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like why?
What?
Yeah, like what do you think caused the wage gap? Like the wage gap that you think that there is between men and women. What do you think the cause of that is?
And also, do you want to tell us what is the wage gap?
Well, it's where women are being paid less.
For what?
Working?
Across the board. So in all in every single industry, in every single job, you cannot find a single woman who's paid more than a man, for example. Or are you saying on the average?
See, okay. On the wage gap thing, I don't know exactly how it works out and everything.
But you believe it exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I used to not believe it exists.
So you used to be based, but then
it still doesn't.
The wokie's
I'm just gonna say it doesn't.
Oh shit!
As a female, there should be that line and like that gap. As a female, you should be working harder. Like you should have that ideal. You should have that ideal image to be like, okay, these guys are like working harder than me. What the fuck am I doing wrong?
Here,
how long do you want me to let it go?
That's up to you.
No, I didn't know. Is there more to the point? Like, should I let her talk a little bit more?
No, because like she also doesn't understand what the wage gap is. She doesn't know how to define wages.
Well, why don't you?
She thought it wasn't the hourly rate.
Right. No, I know. That's the thing. She was really, really, really stupid. I don't know if he purposely. Maybe he.
No, he
vets
does.
them.
He 100% takes
You
advantage
think so?
of it. Oh yeah, because it's clicky. People want to see people being fucking stupid on camera.
That's
and
why
making
I
a fool
watch
of
it.
themselves.
That's why I watch it.
So like he may invite them on, or they might reach out to be on his show, but he 100% vets them enough to know, like, oh, I know exactly what kind of woman this is going to be. Let's be honest.
Let me ask you a question real quick, and then we'll go into the definition of a wage gap. Is it me, or when they say that when they are referring to a woman, they say woman instead of what? How do they say it? They say it differently. Woman, what woman? Anyway, I'll get back to that. There was a way that they say it, and it always catches my ear where they're saying it funny. Maybe it's me. Go ahead. Anyway, wage gap. What do you think?
There is no wage gap. There you go. That's all there is. And a wage gap is defined as a gap in pay on average between women and men, usually of the same. It's not even of the same profession. It's just in general. And it doesn't account for career. It doesn't account for age. It doesn't account for lifestyle. It doesn't account for basically anything. It's just a made up statistic. There you go.
I agree. And like I said, she believed in it, but didn't know why. Women. Yeah, it was something like she said, they say it funny. I can't say it, but I just noticed that every time they say it funny. Anyway, maybe that's me. I'm stupid. What do you want from me?
I'm Canadian, so what do you, I don't know how to answer that.
Listen, I don't even know. Also, there was one more topic that I wanted to kind of bring up because it was driving me freaking crazy. So, friend zone. Mm-hmm. Do you think that once a guy is friend zoned, he can ever get out of it?
In most cases, yes.
I agree. I think in most cases as well. And the reason why they did not, I don't know where the clip is. I don't know if it's on here, but most of the girls say, because the thing is this was a different episode. I apologize. I think there was a different, was it I don't know if it was. I watched both of these so close together. Hang on a second. Nope. If you're friend zoned, you're there for life. Not true. I'm going to tell you why. I speak from experience. So Cannoli and I met when we were young, and I was actually dating his friend. And then when his friend broke up with me, Cannoli stepped in and made his intentions clear. And my intentions were clear that I only wanted to be friends with him. And that MFer stuck in for a year. I friend zoned him for a year. And now we've been married for 20. So it can work out. I'm just saying it can.
To be fair, you're teenagers though. In most cases,
yeah.
Once you get into your 20s and stuff, it's like, no, I've noticed this like also from experience, but when women do that, like they're not going to consider you again at all. Someone made a comment earlier that like women don't know what they want and men are much choosier. I would like to point out that I know exactly what I want, and that's why I married my husband within a few weeks of knowing him. And we've been together for almost 2 years now.
And you guys do long distance relationship, which is even harder. So that's how you know it's true love, because long distance is no freaking joke. It's no.
I knew exactly what I wanted, and I locked that shit down. There you go.
Wow, I absolutely love that. I mean, I think that's, what did he say here?
Doesn't account for women who want to take time for themselves or pregnancy. That's what I mean. Lifestyle. I guess I generalize that. Yeah.
I mean, it totally makes sense, but I just don't think that we have to be compared all the time. I mean, there's a whole nother conversation we could get into maybe another time, because I want to dissect this video but I guess we can't because she'll strike us. But how just Pearlythings was basically saying that society would be fine without women.
Actually, I'll play the fucking clip. Who cares? Come after us, Pearl, you dumb cunt.
Do you want me to play it?
Play it.
All right, I have to. It's on my old doc. Hold on.
You're good.
hold on a second. How do I get back to?
Listen, I may say things about how women are useless, but the world could not run without women. Like, just 100%, it is a fine balance between the sexes, and that's why mankind has been able to develop to the point it has.
Yeah, I agree, and I think this bitch is hang on, where is she? Oh, here we go. Women don't belong in society. I don't stick through. I have a short attention span as well. And I sat through this whole 6.5 minutes because she was just full of fucking dog shit. So, all right, hold on a second. Let me share this real quick. I'm interested on what people think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me know when we want to pause it and talk about.
Well, no, you pause it whenever you want.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen this clip.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Like, what do we need for society to work? We need a house. We might need the internet, right? I mean, we don't need it, but we all, we need a car, hypothetically. We live in I know I can't draw, so just, bear with me. We need electricity, we need plumbing. And what % of women do these jobs? I can't really think of one job where women dominated and that we need. What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel. Today, I am going to be giving a special whiteboard presentation called Ladies, you are not as special as you think.
Stop there for a second.
Sure.
This is literally coming from the internet's biggest pick-me girl right now. Just saying.
Exactly.
Notice, if people haven't been watching her for a while, Pearl's look has done a complete 180 since, she started spewing all of this high value stuff. She didn't wear color like this. She didn't bother putting on makeup. She didn't clean up her hairstyle at all. So just point. No, Matt, you make a good point.
Yes,
Men do help keep society together, but a lot of what her argument is and has been for a very long time is that we don't need women at all in society.
Nope, not
that's where the problem is.
Yeah. That's what bothers me, because I do feel like although women do have a place in society, it's not always where some women think they need to be. They need to be in their place. I do agree with that, but there's a fucking reason why women exists. And if women didn't exist, stupid, men wouldn't be here. Scientifically.
A better name for this would be ladies, you're not as important as you think. Yes. Now, I get a lot of hate I got a lot of hate this week for a tweet that I said that said, men make society run and women don't. Our jobs, all the women could stop working tomorrow. So what do I mean by that? What if we have
First of all, from a healthcare standpoint, that is not true. There's a lot of women who are not comfortable with male doctors in the OBGYN community. So I don't understand why. There are certain women doctors that need to be there. There's certain women, people are just more comfortable with women. I work for an all-woman practice, and 9 times out of 10, when somebody calls to schedule a new appointment, they want to make sure it's all women. So
okay, here are some services that are dominated, or sorry, not services, jobs that are dominated by women that apparently, according to Pearl, society doesn't need at all in order to keep functioning. Personal care workers, health associate professionals, health professionals, and nursing professionals, cleaners and helpers, teaching professionals, and food preparation assistants.
And here's what Cassie said that piggybacks. Women are responsible for nurturing, and women have been avoiding doing this. Men create, women maintain. And I will tell you right now, there was another story that I don't know if we're going to have time to get to, but I can just say, there was Lance Bass and his husband did IVF.
Oh, we have to get to that. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Okay.
We have to get to
that. But it
okay.
has everything to do why women are important to society. And we will
can actually segue off of this to that.
Perfect. I love you for that. I just didn't want to keep you too long, Vex. So I wanted to.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Society, right? So we got a guy here. What do we, maybe I'll make it orange so it's a little darker. Another guy here. All right. We got this couple. Man, woman, right? What does society...
Just so you guys know, she is single and her boyfriend cheated on her.
And her longest relationship was a year, and she's not a virgin anymore, and she's over the age of 25. All things that she says are really bad in order to settle down.
And Dempsey is right. I'm going to tell you right now, my sandwiches versus what cannoli makes. His is a hot mess. Mine are pretty. And he would eat my sandwich any day. And I am a proud sandwich maker.
Me too.
I know my fucking role. I know what my role is. And I'm okay with it. Oh, hey, Meatball. How are you? Just in time. You love this girl, don't you? All right, let's go. This clip really just fucking made me so angry. So I'm really glad you're here with me to dissect it because I need somebody to play this with.
Like, what do we need for society to work? We need a house. We might need the internet, right?
Okay, you talked about this already.
We all with me.
We don't need you to draw a stupid card.
And what percent of women do these jobs? So it's roughly 90+% of men are building the houses. They're building the cars. They're doing the electricity. They're doing the plumbing. I can't really think of one job where women dominate and that we need. Now, this is what they'll tell me, right? Because I got some haters. Shocked. They'll say, well, women work at the DMV. Women are teachers and healthcare. Now, here's
why did she put the DMV in there?
I have no idea. She's in London. Who fucking knows?
That doesn't even make any fucking sense. The DMV is not female run. But
it's dominated because it's customer care basically, and that's a service that's dominated by women.
I gotcha. Okay.
Here's the problem. All of these jobs men could easily learn. On top,
do you want to talk about the teacher part? I mean, you're a teacher. Do you think
men could be teachers? Men could be teachers.
Okay.
I'm not going to deny that, but there's plenty of shite female teachers as well.
That's true.
So I can see where she's coming from, but there's a reason that children of a younger age naturally will gravitate towards women in the teaching environment, and it's because they do have softer personalities, they have softer features, they have softer voices, all of which appeal to a younger brain far better than a big burly dude who sounds literally like a trombone.
No, you're absolutely right. 100%.
Top of that, healthcare is still roughly 50-50, and men still lead the way in healthcare when it comes to the most competitive and hardest jobs like brain surgery, research development, even inventions, 80% men. So my question is, if, let's just say the green guy is the guy, if the men are making the society run, why are women starting to out-earn men? Because that's a new feminist talking point that I hear. Oh, well, the women are coming up. Now, we're starting to out-earn men. Now, I'm going to give you 2 reasons that women are out-earning men. We can monetize, and I'm going to give you an example of this at the highest levels. Who offers more value to society? Kim Kardashian or Elon Musk? Kylie Jenner or Elon Musk? Or Kylie Jenner, Bill Gates? These are 2 female billionaires and 2 male.
But can't we just say that they offer 2 separate things because it's what they're interested in? You don't want to take makeup and fashion advice from Elon Musk, but you do want to take an electric car from somebody. Why can't we just have our strong points and just be okay with that? Why does she have to compare the 2?
I find it interesting that Pearl completely undoes her argument in the last 20 seconds, actually. So she lists DMV, teachers, and healthcare as areas that aren't important to society and areas that men could easily take over.
Right.
But then at the same time, she doesn't see the distinguishment between someone like Kim Kardashian and Elon Musk and their value to society.
Exactly.
So from the get-go, she already doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about because she is using a very loose way of categorizing the worth of both genders.
Gotcha.
On top of that, her value to society seems to strictly be based on physical, tangible things like plumbing, like electricity, like Elon Musk offering Starlink. So I'm not saying that I agree with Kim Kardashian. I don't think she's useful to society at all, but you can't compare her to someone like Elon Musk.
Right.
Again, you're all over the place here, Pearl.
It's like apples to oranges. You can't compare the 2. I see. It's a very
and
loose
you aren't,
argument.
and she's not like clearly defining her parameters either.
Right. Exactly. Men lead. Follow me so I can show you how.
Hi, Gord.
Hi, Gord. All right. Let's see.
Billionaires. The male billionaire is trying to put life on Mars, electric cars, software companies where the female billionaires are monetizing beauty. So that's one way that women out-earn men. And we can even see this in corporate America. Like women, I worked in sales. As a woman, you have an inherent advantage in sales.
Stop. I worked in sales. sales is predominantly dominated by women.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. Because I'm going to tell you right now, working in the healthcare field, 99% of our drug reps are females. Good-looking females, by the way. Because good-looking women can sell shit. Especially if she wants to talk about how healthcare is mostly male-dominated, then you have a female salesperson selling shit to a man. See, it all works itself out. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. What did Dempsey say? Compare Musk to the lady who sent the can to Dylan Mulvaney. Maybe that's a way better comparison. She worked in sales. Nah, bro. No way she succeeded in sales. Yeah, I don't think so either. Yep, good-looking woman can sell shit, literal shit. It is absolutely correct.
Because you're a woman, you're pretty to look at. They're going to talk to you easier than a man.
But who cares? Why should you be faulted for that?
Which is funny. She is kind of faulting people for it. But again, one of her other talking points very commonly on her own show is that you need to be pretty to be a high-value woman to a high-value man. So I don't see what the...
Interesting.
Pearl,
I didn't know
shit's
that.
all over the place. Your shit is... Yeah, like... One of the things she points out is like for women that want to like get with the top 10% of men or whatever, right? Is you need to look like a top 10% woman by comparison in order to hook that man. So why is it a good thing there, but a bad thing here when essentially you're still selling femininity ultimately on both ends, if that makes sense.
It traditionally she's saying it's good here, but bad here. So it just whatever goes with her argument is what she's going to say because
she's also kind of just making men seem like fucking idiots as well in one argument. And then, but they're smart if they're the top 10% in the other argument.
No, exactly.
You know, typically when women do get ahead, it's in places where you can monetize your beauty. Now, the second reason, subsidizing. There are a bunch of government jobs and grants that reward corporate America for hiring women. So
is that true?
Yeah. From Canada, I can say that is 100% correct.
So
I want to hear the rest of her point though, because I feel like this is gonna be a stupid point.
Tax paying the men's and we give it to the women because they tax the men, take the money from the men, and create grants and programs to reward corporate America for hiring women. But does that mean the women are offering equally as much value? No. So the crazy thing is women are...
Stop. Pearl, who do you think is writing all those grants? It's not, apparently women are not in positions of high power. So it's men doing all of this. It's men writing all these grants for women to get into positions of power and everything.
Yep.
What do you mean taxing just the man? This bitch is so fucking dumb. Oh my God.
I know. So where does our tax money go when they tax us?
Because we're taxed the exact same if me and another dude are in the same sales position at the same company and have the same rate, we're getting taxed the same amount for a bunch of dudes sitting in government to write grants to get women into certain job roles.
So it would make more sense to her argument if we weren't getting taxed at all and they were getting taxed in order to pay for us to work, but we're getting taxed the same. So we're both.
I want to be on Pearl's show. I want to be on Pearl's show just to show up this stupid woman. She is not based. She's a pick-me girl. She's a click-me girl as well. None of her points make sense. There's no consistency in her thought process whatsoever or the code that she claims to live by.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, hey, Words of Paradise. Yes. So we're talking about Pearl basically stating that women are not needed in society, that men are basically it, and that's all that matters. And we're trying to debunk her stupid argument. And she's also actually stepping all over her own point in various different spots. I love for Vex to live stream counter every other of her arguments. No, Vex would get monetized in a heartbeat on a completely separate channel.
I'd be demonetized in a heartbeat, actually, because she would claim the video because it's getting so many clicks.
I just meant you would get so many people watching you because it would be amazing content. So let's watch her. She's going to step all over herself.
They're getting these high-paying jobs that men are really paying for. And guys, you're going to ask me the data numbers, but let's just look in real life. What happened at Twitter? Elon Musk said, okay, we got to make money. We're losing money. Look at the before and after picture. They got rid of all the women. All the women were gone. There was just a couple left. Now, this is not to say that women have no place in society, but as a whole, we all think we're more important than we are. You know, there's always been exceptions in history.
You can't make the Twitter argument because tech is generally an area that is dominated by men.
Absolutely.
Like you can't make that argument whatsoever just because all of the women happen to be gone. Okay, but it's still like 80 or 90% I think of that field is all men.
Exactly.
So of course you're probably going to be left with mostly men, and it was also an extremely bloated workforce as well. And yeah, some of those women did quit as well because they thought Elon Musk was a fucking right-wing fascist or some shit like that.
But she also, in the beginning of this argument, her 3 things that she compared where women aren't needed are electrical work, building houses, and plumbing. Those are male dominant. Why couldn't you say midwife or other things that are female based?
This goes back to what she believes society is built on, and to her, society is built on physically tangible things. So
I'm sorry.
The psychological part, the social part, basically the entire anthropological part of society, fuck all about it. As long as I physically have a house, that is what women are worth to society.
I see what you're saying. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. But no offense, once the house is built, who fucking decorates? Who does all
Let's not even just put the decorating. It's who's managing the maintenance of a house once it's built. So the woman might not physically be repairing the roof or physically repairing the pipes that burst, but she's the one keeping an eye. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. I need to get someone to come do that. And yes, those are then typically jobs that are done for men. But a man, for instance, they typically won't notice that right away. Like my husband's a prime fucking example of that. Like he will not notice jack shit unless I point it out to him, and then we'll get the problem fixed.
See, in my household, it's actually opposite. I tend to not see those things, and Cannoli will be like, oh my God, did you notice this, that, or the other? And Cannoli, I have to say, is the one that will make the call and get shit done, like with our home warranty, and I appreciate that. But when something has to be fixed that can be fixed here or painted or that, I do all of it. I'm like fucking Tim the Tool Man because Cannoli's very good at electronics and all of that shit. That's his niche. My brother and my brother builds tiny homes. So I have this thing in me where I can build and I can fix, and I will jump up on a ladder and get onto the fucking ceiling if I have to. But so I can do man things too. So why can't I be important? Why does it have to be man and women? Why can't it cross? I just don't understand why we have to be fucking labeled like this. It's ridiculous. Let's see what else.
For you.
Yep. What were you going to say? No,
just keep going.
Okay.
Let's see what else she has to say.
IQ women making advancements in society, but it's the exception. It's not the rule. And unfortunately, I'm also really tired of us acting like teachers are like a godsend. One, all of these, you know, the crazy thing is the industries that women run are the industries we complain about. So healthcare is mostly women. We're always complaining about how healthcare is not there to help you. Same with teachers.
Again, like Pearl is completely like ignoring the fact that, okay, there might be women on the floor in all of these jobs, but who do you think is dictating what they're doing? They're all men sitting in positions of power on the boards of all of these institutions. I really don't understand her. I'm just not getting this at all. Like, this is just so clickbaity, and it's also incredibly sexist and not in a correct way. Like, no, I am correctly sexist. She is not correctly sexist.
And it's really fucking rude to talk about the way she's talking about teachers and healthcare providers. I bet this dumb bitch.
You know what? I actually kind of agree on her point with teachers, because most of the teachers that I've met that work in the same field as me are fucking stupid and they should not be teachers at all. But who do you think is allowing them to be teachers? It's men sitting on the boards that certify teachers. So
I definitely agree. And the healthcare system is not, I think that there is a very big mix of men and women, because I've been in the healthcare system for a very long time and I see a very even mix. And I don't think it has anything to do with the doctors not helping you. It's the lack of, I don't want to get into this argument, but it stems from the healthcare, from the insurance companies, which are all ran by men, by the way. So there you go. But no, it doesn't have to do with you can't get the help that you need. It has nothing to do with the doctors itself. So I don't know if she needs to be more clear about that at all, because she could be a fucking doctor.
The institutions run by women, we all complain about. So one, the teachers are these single feminist women that don't have kids of their own. So they just try to indoctrinate yours.
Would you like to comment on that?
Actually, she's pretty accurate with that.
Okay.
But that is what education has become, right? That's a whole different story, though. It's not based on a gender thing. It's just education has literally become indoctrination. In fact, it's pretty much been that way since the beginning of time, since it was conceived that schools should be a thing. So I don't disagree with her completely on that, but that's not necessarily because it's a gender.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if you feel like it's gender-based, but women more so are teachers, because teachers need to be more nurturing, and that's why we see more women teachers. It's just, why can't we just be better at things than men, and vice versa? Men are so much better at things than we are, and why can't we just be comfortable with that instead of having this whole stupid argument?
Healthcare. Everybody complains about how healthcare gives you drugs and it doesn't fix the problem. So let's
wait. So that's based on women? Is that what?
Because it's dominated by women. People complain about healthcare, and all they're getting are drugs basically to solve the problem. But those are all drugs that were created by men.
She acts like women are the only people that hand out drugs and say, "Here you go, hope it helps." I don't know. I disagree with her so much.
This is the definition of shooting the messenger.
Okay. All right. I'm just really confused. She's making me feel really stupid. So I just, she's confusing me because I don't exactly know what the fuck she's trying to say.
She's trying to dog on women unnecessarily.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I think I'm trying to see her point, but I can't, because there's no.
To be honest, if women left work and went back into the home, you would need less health care, because you'd actually have the mother caring about what the kids eat.
What?
Yeah, Cannoli just said what too. That fucking angered the shit out of me. Let me tell you something, you stupid fucking bitch. Don't you think as a mother, try having a baby, staying home with your baby for 8 weeks, and then having to hand your newborn baby over to somebody else to take care of. Don't you think I'd love to fucking stay home with my kid? But you can't, because you can't afford to anymore. Women have to work. Here's the thing too. Let me just be an asshole for a minute. A lot of men don't make enough money to run the whole household.
Now we're crossing into a completely different area in which we're talking about the economy and the cost and standard of living, which has drastically changed in the last 30 years. So you can't make this argument anymore when, there might be men that are working their butts off in jobs that once were able to support an entire family, but that's not the case anymore. So if you want women to stay in the house, you can't have all of them being trash. Well, actually, trash men make good money, and generally,
they do, because they get pensions and shit too. Like, it's a whole good thing. Actually, a garbage man. I know somebody in New York who's a garbage man. He makes really good money, and he's going to be set for life after with this pension.
There you go.
But this really bothers me, because it's almost sounding like women who work don't give a shit about what their kids eat. And I'm a working mom. I give a shit about what my kid does and what she eats. And so what you're saying is that my daughter went to the doctor more as a kid. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Vex. Let me clarify that. So my daughter went to the doctor 19 times her first year of life on this planet, because of ear infections that were hereditary. 19 times. And it's actually Cannoli's fault, because he has like loss of hearing in one ear, by the way, just so you know, from ear infections. And I'm the one with the hearing aids. Anyway, she went because of her ear infections. And mind you, she was on antibiotics and sick all the time for the first year. And I still had to fucking go to work. But me being home would have never stopped her ear infections. So that does not make any fucking sense. She's fucking stupid. And this makes me so, Zax is right. We are. Let me just tell you real quick. I went into labor and drove myself to the hospital from work and went and had a baby same day. So I know he's kidding, but I'm just saying. I'm sorry, this comment really, really fucking bothers me because she has, first of all, how can you talk about something you know nothing about? You're not married.
Yeah.
You've never had a kid.
We have a whole generation of people.
What are you doing, Pearl? Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
they don't know
Let's
how to
just finish
cook.
it off. Yeah.
They don't know proper nutrition because the mom, instead of being at home, was busy teaching other kids, working in healthcare, working at the DMV. All right. Then teaching. Now you have the state teaching your kids, where again, if the mom was home, she could homeschool the kids and you wouldn't need any of these industries. So my point is, if women...
Hold on. I know we were going to finish this up, but I have to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can homeschool their kids. I have a friend who's a teacher, and I was complaining because my daughter's been in and out of doing online learning and going to public school and trying to teach her. I asked a friend who was a teacher, and she said she's a teacher. She can teach all the other kids, but it's very hard to teach your own child.
This is actually a common problem I hear from a lot of parents. They can't teach it because kids know the mom. They know that they can get whatever they want from their mom. They know all the tricks and everything. Mm-hmm. But with a stranger, you can't do the same thing. The expectation is completely different. So yeah, of course, parents can't homeschool their own kids. Like, this isn't a rare problem. This is a very common thing because kids know.
She acts like it's so easy to be at home full time, run your household, make sure you know what your kids are eating so they don't go to the doctor, so we don't need women in the healthcare system. If you teach your kids from home, then that eliminates women needing to be teachers. I would like to see this dumb bitch do all of those fucking things. I really would, because you know what? I've been there. Even if I stayed home full time and ran my household and tried to teach my kid, I'm also not a teacher. I think there's a lot of stupid teachers because they don't pick very well. But if you get a good one, it's very hard to teach. You have to know, it's a skill. Not everybody can teach people. I can't teach my own kid. I'm a terrible teacher. So what the fuck is she talking about? So she's just saying that it's just easy to stay at home and teach your kid. Okay, good luck with that.
Women stopped working tomorrow. I think we would have an increase in efficiency, not a decrease. And the problem is we have all these women that think they're doing more than they are because they're hot and they make money off of being hot and they're subsidized by the government. So yeah, ladies, we are not as special as we think we are, but could be wrong. Let me know what you...
Okay. You know what is a huge argument that actually would work for Pearl, and what she's trying to put out here is that she completely skips over the psychology of men and women. I don't agree with women in many workplaces because women are typically far more emotional brained, right?
I agree.
The reason that men have been able to create what they've done to maintain, to take us as far as we have, is because they understand how to compartmentalize and they understand how to do what is best for the majority, not for the few. Women are not the same way at all. It's why in many instances, when you work in, say, an office where it's led by a woman, even though you might have employees that are, very well equipped to do certain jobs and everything, the woman won't pick them to do it because she might have a personal grudge against them. So if Pearl had included that into her argument, I think it would have been a lot more sound. But again, her basis for society functioning is just having physical, tangible things. And she also doesn't know how to define what she's arguing either. She's just throwing baity points at us to try and get you on her side, right? If you were to just listen to this whole video without interruption, without listening to anything else, you'd be like, oh, Pearl makes a really good point. And then you sit and you fucking think about it and you're like, God damn, Pearl's a dumb bitch. What is she even talking about? None of this makes any sense. All this does is it creates more divide. The reason we're also able to get to the point where we're at is because both genders have united to support each other. So while men can do all of the physical stuff, for example, women are able to handle the more emotional and, we'll say, intricate things of life far better. It's why men can go and work 60 hours and be fine bringing home the bacon, but then as soon as they come home, they don't know how to fucking cook the bacon. Right?
Well, they also don't know how to run a schedule for their own shows, which is why one person I know has 2 women booking shows for him. And, Copa might have a booker too. Women, I just don't understand why we can't all just have the things that we're good at and we can all bring something to the table. I don't understand why there has to be, you do this and I do that and we can't. I mean, there's lots of men that are stay-at-home dads, and they're great at it.
Mm-hmm.
I work with somebody who she is a nurse practitioner, and he stays home with the kids and does all that shit. And he cooks and he cleans and he does all that stuff and he does shit around the house and he gets it done. And it works really well for them.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go.
I just don't understand why this has to be such a thing, but I really wanted to play that clip. I've had it for a while because I did watch the whole clip without interruptions. And I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? I need to unpack this because she's confused the shit out of me. She's all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, here's our segue then as far as women not being important in society. I'm going to talk about this story right here where Lance Bass and his husband, they admitted that it was difficult to connect with the children who were born via surrogacy. They would not give him any love. So first off, they went through 2 rounds of IVF and worked with 10 egg donors before their twins were born. You know, there's a whole other topic on this that I'm going to talk about maybe next week or something, where IVF has and surrogacy has been labeled. What did I call it when we were talking about it? Sex slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a whole interesting topic that I might want to dive into.
Reproductive slavery. There we go.
There you go. Reproductive slavery, where rich people can just basically buy whatever they want now, and now they're buying babies whenever they want. So, you know, surrogacy has been normalized greatly over the last few years because a lot of people in Hollywood are doing it, and I feel like they're doing it for the wrong reasons. In this situation, 2 men can have a baby, despite what other communities say. 2 men can't have a baby. And he admitted that it was difficult to connect with his children because for the first year of the baby's lives, they wanted his mom. They wanted the female companion and connection. Let's see. As if baby, okay. They wouldn't give me any love. They never hugged. They never wanted to snuggle. And I was so upset about it because they would do it with my mom. My mom would come over and boom, they'd snuggle with her. Case in point right here. There's a need for women. Vex, do you have a comment?
My comment will get your channel flagged, so I'm not going to say it out loud. But this makes fucking sense. That's how we've been breeding for hundreds of thousands of years. That's how it's normally been. So it doesn't surprise me that a baby that has been taken from its biological mother doesn't feel not only no connection to its now adoptive parents, but doesn't feel any connection to its male adoptive parents. That's all I'm going to say on it.
No, I agree with you 100%. I wish you could say what you really wanted to say because I feel like we should be able to speak freely, but unfortunately we can't. You know, there's a lot of things that people don't talk about with surrogacy. And one of the things is Khloe Kardashian wanted to have a sibling for her daughter with the same father, but had no intention of wanting to sleep with the father. So she did surrogacy so she could have her kids have the same dad. And she said, you know, people don't tell you the real feelings that come along with surrogacy, but she said she felt like it was a transaction and that she did not connect with her baby, even though she was the mom. And technically it was her egg. She didn't feel a connection with the baby for several months. And she was very open about it. And I think there needs to be more of that. But then you have people like Chrissy Teigen who just, you know, anyway.
That woman shouldn't be having kids at all, given the shit she posts on Instagram. Dempsey posted a good point there. I talked to my wife's belly more than I talked to her while she was preggers. I didn't have that issue that he's speaking of. And there's the big difference as well, is you were there present through the entire pregnancy. These are people that were not there, that have no connection biologically or socially or psychologically to this baby. So,
yep. No, I exactly agree. And that's the thing too, is that there is a connection there that you just don't have. I don't know how. Now, I don't know what their relationship was with the surrogate, but with Chrissy Teigen, apparently, you know, her and the surrogate were pregnant at the same time because she happened to get pregnant. And, you know, there's pictures of her kissing the surrogate's baby, and she even named the baby after the surrogate. And, you know, they're best friends now too, and all this shit. So I just think that surrogacy, which was once meant for people who just couldn't have children, that their bodies wouldn't allow it, is now a money-making situation, and anybody can just pay to have a kid. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Exactly. What did you say? Oh, Cannoli must be posting people's channels in the chat.
Gotcha.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So this really just, I mean, this is one of the reasons right now where women are, but I guess her point is that this is all women are good for, is having babies and staying at home and making sure your kids eat the right food so they don't go to the doctor. Oh, and you have to homeschool them too. Let's see. All right. So did we want to talk about the janellemone, her flipping her boob?
Sure.
I mean, it's really, really quick.
Yeah. Do you want to close out with that? Is that why, or?
No, well, we can. I have, it depends on, I'm going to let you choose because you did send me a story of the convicted kidnapper that wanted to punch people in their face. I think that was the last one that we had. We did have the one about the gender where the people took their kids to the doctor. You want to close out? Nah.
Yeah, let's do the titty flash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's close out with the titty flash. Okay. How can switching screens be more seamless? I need to take a class on that because there has to be a
just
way.
have the tabs open and go tab.
They are. They're open.
No, don't close the screen though. I mean.
Oh.
So have the whole window present instead of just a tab on the thing, and then that way you can just as you go. But this is the thing. Now you can't choose. You have to go tab by tab by tab. So you need to know your order.
Gotcha. I know. Yeah. I do have my order. That's for sure. Okay. So this is a, I guess, rapper singer, and she basically had a lot of fun things to say while showing her titty on stage. Well, hold on 1 second. I got to blow. I don't know how to blow this up. Hold on.
Control plus.
Well, I thought it was able to take me into, I guess it's not on the, hold on.
It's because of the way the video is formatted that you've pulled up. So it's
I
not
thought
good.
I could. Can you not hear it? I thought I could hear it. Maybe I screwed up.
No, you've got the thing muted. Bottom right hand corner where the talk thing is in the clip. No, there you go. See how scroll down a little bit. See, it says the neighborhood talk, that logo. There you go.
Oh, a video has no sound. Okay. I thought it did. I heard it before. Well, damn it, you guys. It was hard to find this clip. You were able to find it last night. You don't have it real quick, do you?
I can but it's going to be full titty. That's all. There's a pasty odd, to be fair. There's a pasty odd.
Cannoli said you can't, but she's basically singing. I see that the lyrics really make it all because she's talking about stuff really, really nasty.
Okay, tell us what she's talking about. How about that?
Well, I can't because I don't remember. I was going to listen to the clip. I know I was pulling so many things and I was going to pull the clip. Oh, well. This is a major fail, but you know what? I can't have everything.
Hold on. Okay, let me.
I know. I'm trying. Let's see. We're going to lose people. We're going to lose them. Let's see. I don't know. It wasn't very on the front page when I was looking. You were able to find it really quickly yesterday when we were talking.
Oh, I typed in janellemone titty. That's probably why.
Oh, God. And you're also, I noticed you're on the Bing search. See, I'm on Google, so I don't know if it's different. Hang on.
I don't think this is a clip though with the whole
See, that's the thing too. She's much happier when her titties are out. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think it's worth what she was saying. That's all.
No, I don't think it was either. I think she just basically said that she feels better when she's flipping her tit out. I apologize. The story probably could have been much better, but I butchered it. But her lyrics that she was singing to were very disrespectful, very degrading to society, which, you know, are we surprised?
Well, the only reason I sent you that clip is because this is what modern femininity is, not feminism.
No, right.
This is what the modern woman is supposed to do. And this is meant to be empowering. And, you know, chicks, you know, not only doing this, but like getting OnlyFans and shit like that is also meant to be empowering. And all I can say to that is, I don't know how sexualizing yourself for a base that is going to be mostly male is considered empowering. But Janelle Monáe seems to like to grab her tits a lot. She's got a nice pair of tits. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Does.
But it doesn't, if you want people to take you seriously as an artist and as a creator, like, what are you doing? Why are you making this seem like it's okay to do this?
No, I completely agree. But you're right. This is how they think they need to sell themselves now. It's no longer based on their talent. And it's based on doing stupid shit like this. And needless to say, her lyrics were really disgusting. And I think she was, you know, the title is You Cannot Police. And so I think there was some verbiage in there about police once again and all of that
She's
stuff.
super liberal. So there probably was. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember just listening to a little part of it. And I remember the lyrics, just what I heard was very, very disrespectful. So you're right. It was definitely from a liberal standpoint. But yes, it's always a desperate move for attention. Nobody wants to, I mean, listen, be Adele. She wears beautiful, beautiful dresses and she sells herself on her voice. And the fact that she says the C word all the time over in her country, and it's hysterical because you can.
To be fair, I wouldn't even compare Adele necessarily because she's a bigger woman. So marketing herself like that is not favorable, especially because she already has a good voice. But then I guess you could say, oh, well, Lizzo has a good voice and she does the same thing, to which I say, I'm not going to say that either because I don't want to get your channel flagged. But there's a reason why Lizzo gets away with it in some regard and Adele won't.
I just picked up what you put down, so I got it.
Okay.
Because you're right. If you want to compare the two, you don't see people, in my opinion, like Adele, if you catch my drift, dressing like that. Yeah, good, very good point. See?
Yeah. Unless you're in the deep South, but that's a whole different story.
That is a whole different story.
Florida Walmarts don't count.
Oh God, I can't wait. I can't wait for all those stories that you're. No, Lizzo, she's not a bad example if you kind of understand what Vex is trying to say without saying it. She's absolutely right. There's a double standard. There's a major double standard in that situation.
When it comes to big women showing off their bodies.
Because I can't think of, unless I'm wrong, any big white women out there showing themselves off like that. I don't see any of them dressing like that.
There's that model Tess Holiday, but she's a model.
Yes. She's a model.
She's a plus size model specifically. So that's kind of like, that's what she is selling. So it's a different story there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And I think she does it tastefully.
No, it still looks fucking disgusting, but I know she's getting paid to dress like that. So that's why you can't compare it.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. But there isn't a lot to compare in the music industry, if you will. Yeah, I don't see any of that. So, oh my goodness. Well, we're going to wrap this up. I do appreciate everybody stopping by for the show. We had really good numbers today. It's one of two things: the thumbnail or Vex Electronica. We're going to go with one of those two things. Oh, and she had a hand in both.
I think it's because Henry Cavill is here. Probably.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So I appreciate you guys. I wasn't going to stream today, but my friend here said that I should, and I'm glad I did. So thank you very much for joining me, Vex. I know you have a lot of other things you could be doing, but I love you for it. And, so we're going to bye, Matt. Thank you guys so much. Everybody, thank you. It means a lot, you guys. I'm really just trying to grow this little channel, and I'm trying to beat Cannoli. Yes. Yep, absolutely. So no, Dempsey, thank you. I appreciate everybody who showed up today. Let's see. I wanted to thank Glenn, who is actually a member on Cannoli Sasquatch's channel. So thank you very much for showing up. And thank you. Yes, I know. And once again, Vex, I tell you, Vex is heavy-handed on the Twitter, man. She's always finding great shit, and I love her for it. So anyway, you guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know where to find us on the Twitter, on the YouTube. Links are in the description. Oh, and I was told that it helps your channel or the video if you leave a comment after. So if you would leave a comment, I don't care if it's mean or not, just leave me a comment, like the video, and I will see you guys next week. Take care. Cannoli, take us out.